A lot of what I've learned about makeup has been from like a YouTube girly or a TikTok girly. So I have to come on my YouTube because I think I prefer YouTube the most. I have to come here to tell y'all this is how I do my makeup. I blush first. Maybe I should show you the products. Blush first. And the blush is a Fenty Shadow Pop Stick. Blush first, concealer is Armani concealer, and then Charlotte Tilbury highlighter is my first time doing it. Usually I would put, I dropped something. I might use this today because it came out. I usually use this, but I noticed like a patch of dry skin around my eye. So I want to cure that. That's also why I didn't. I might, you know what? This is like this brand. I'm going to go here and do a little bit of bronzer to define like this area. But that's it. A little bit of that. I'll add it here just to add it, but I'm not really like a bronzer girly. But I literally do my face with sticks. The Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, I'm mad because I pushed too much out, but this is the highlighter. If you buy this, be careful how you use it. You don't need a lot. But sticks, my whole face is done with sticks in my Armani concealer. I let it sit for a little bit. I might let this sit a little bit longer, but what I wanted to say was that I do my entire makeup with one brush. So when I blend this out, it's going to give me the perfect amount of, it's going to give me a natural highlighter, although this is highlighter under my brow, a product actually called highlighter. The way I do my makeup, it creates its own highlighter. This is all that I do, period. In the previous 2 days, I was putting on my mascara first, but everything with one brush. And my favorite brush for the makeup girlies, my favorite brush is it this one? Yes. This is called an Expert Face Brush, and I got this from I think a makeup kit in CVS. But this is what the brush looks like, and I'm gonna put everything in. I'm so excited to share because I have a bunch of brushes. This is my brush jar because I feel like letting them sit out, dust is on them, and I'm really funny about dust. But this is how I do my makeup, and I love this for me. I also love this for anybody else that wants to try it. Try it, girl. And yeah, let it sit. I think I'm gonna I wish I had this look. It's a sponge in here. I need a brush because the highlighter is like drooping. I put too much on, so I'm trying to like take some off. But my brows aren't done, and I'm kind of like nervous to go to somebody because when people do my brows, they take too much, and it took me a long time to get them this long. But yeah, that's it. Let it sit. Blush first. Shout out to a girl that taught me that on the internet. I think on TikTok. Blush first, concealer second, then let everything sit. Go do something else around the house. I have to leave out soon, but the previous 2 days I've done my makeup, I've been able to let this sit longer than 4 minutes. Thank you, Cyphus Low. I hope I pronounced it correct. But I had to share this because nobody ever shared this. Well, the girl did share to put the blush on first, but she also didn't say to do everything with one brush. I do everything with one brush, and I feel like this is like the cheat code to like doing makeup because it blends everything. I'm also like, I don't use powders. If you notice, everything was kind of like a liquid cream base. And I want to wet my brush with some Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, which I'm running out of. And I was just in the store 2 days ago. And I was like, no, I have enough at home. And I indeed did not have enough at home. Don't know why I told myself that. And at the time, it was a sale, although I don't really believe in sales because it's not a sale off of my bank account. It's not like Chase is saying, oh, you take out 20, it's really going to be 10. So I think I wasn't really persuaded. But final, hello. But final to do, right? Fine. Highlighting faces, like the only thing that's left that I feel like is like standing out is the highlighter. But this is my, okay, you have to leave. This is the first time I put the highlighter under, so I'm kind of going to get a blending brush to blend it out. But besides that, they did really good, right? That wasn't bad at all. And I'm like hard with the brush. I'm not being gentle. This is like the greatest cheat code of all time to me. I never knew that about makeup. I was watching videos of people using this brush, that product. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do anything that anybody's doing. I think people are just showing like secrets. Like that's a secret that I just found out. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I want to tell other people. This is a blender brush. I don't know if it's small enough, but I'm going to try to blend a little bit of highlighter that's left. But yeah. Woo! It gave my whole, it did everything in my face in one action. All I need to do is mascara now, which is crazy. I wouldn't do somebody else's makeup that way, but I suggest that people do their own makeup. Like the colors enhance like on your face and on your skin. And this is like the best my brows have been in a long time, because I like plucked a handful of hair, literally a handful, because I think I need slant tweezers. But regardless, to the girlies that's doing makeup, I hope the people that are in the chat send this to a girl or a guy you know that does makeup, because this is what it is. You don't need all of that stuff or all of those, because I have a lot of brushes. I don't use the brushes every day. Now, I don't know if anybody bets against this, but I feel like it looks amazing. And it's such a time saver. If you have to, like I have to go to work in a little bit, it's such a time saver that I put all that on. Imagine me running around, getting dressed, and whatever else in the house. And look, face is completely done. I almost don't want to wear mascara because I feel like my lashes, these are my real lashes, and they're not long enough. But like crazy. It's so good. I was gonna add this pencil as eyeliner. I don't think I'm gonna add a pencil as eyeliner. I might do a little lip liner, but that's it. Lip liner and mascara. That's all I'm gonna do. Which lip liner? I'm gonna go for Charlotte. I love Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury is like the perfect and that was easy, right? Charlotte Tilbury is like the perfect OG. Everybody and everybody should have a relationship with like not an elder in the sense of a senior citizen, but like somebody older than you that has been there and done that. And that's what I feel like. Think about Charlotte Tilbury. She's been there, done that, knows about makeup, and just giving you the good shit. That's what you need. You just need somebody that's going to give you good shit. That's it. I'm trying to blend this more so it's not so obvious that I use highlighter. So I'm literally pushing it up more to the brow. But makeup is one of those things you gotta do every day to get better to get better at. If I didn't say it right the first time. But okay. Use one thing. Use one brush. That's basically the message I'm promoting. You only need to use one brush. You do not need to use 2 and 3 brushes. Now, if you notice I didn't use powder, so the girls that use powder, I don't know how that world goes. I like when people use powder, but I feel like I haven't practiced enough. It makes me kind of mad because I feel like I'm ashy after I wear powder. It's something in my eye. So, and I also think powder is best for people who are like um, taking pictures. I didn't get the thing out of my eye. I just like highlighted it. So anyway, yeah, I haven't mastered powder, so I don't use it. I'll probably try to play with it on a day when I don't have anything to do, because I think I would be too upset if I started using powder or started my makeup and then the powder didn't work. But I love when I see other people wear powder, but I don't think I would need to like use it. I think makeup is kind of, I have my own theory about makeup. I won't get into it right now. Well, my theory is like all the corporations are related. So the makeup corporations is related to the electronic corporations, and the reason why we think we need so much makeup all the time is because we're looking at an electronic camera, which is like zooming in on our pores and our skin. So the more advanced the cameras get on the phones, the more sales go in the makeup industry, because we're not absolutely wearing makeup just to go to work. People are in full drag makeup at front desk jobs. Like, that's not what makeup is for. If you think about it, before the internet, every makeup brand had an aesthetic. So if you were in a department store, Clinique was like, yeah, black women don't need makeup. They don't. Clinique was like doctors. Like, it made me think of a dermatologist. Estee Lauder, I always thought about old white women. I don't know why, because they marketed with actresses that were old and white. Benefit, I kind of felt was like naturey. Mac is like dominatrix. Like, literally, I applied for a job there once, and that's what they like described the uniform that they wanted me to present myself as. And when I used to work in a department store, the girl, the manager of Mac, that's what she looked like. That's what they're really catering to, like drag queenish style makeup. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's their aesthetic. So now makeup brands, I think, to make more money, they don't really go as hard to communicate aesthetics. I said all that to say, like, the advancement of makeup, I think, is all like the structure of consumerism. And I live in New York, so I see it more. If I wanted to avoid it, I can't. The advertisements and the subways are like right at you, like, and they're like moving like virtual ads. Maybe I could go live while I'm waiting on the train to come home. Or if I was really clever, I would figure out what time does the train come every night. This is the only time I ever lived in a city and I took transportation. I actually don't know what time things come. If I need to know what time I'm getting somewhere, like a doctor's appointment, I'll use Google Maps and it'll quote the times. But I don't know what time. It's like an estimate in my mind, like what time I should leave out. But this is a cleaner mascara. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it like this or not. But anyway, that's the makeup. Share it with the girls. Give it to the girlies. I want to know what people think about using one brush. And I really started using one brush for makeup because I hate washing the brushes. And if you're really being sanitary, you're supposed to wash your brushes every day. So I also think that's bizarre because I know a lot of people don't. But when I worked in a department store, the ladies had to wash their brushes between clients, or they had to wash their brushes every night. So me, I just started to buy more and more brushes, which I want to stop doing stuff like that because I just have too many things. And as most people know, it's not that much space in New York. You might think a makeup brush, oh, that's nothing. But after a while, it's like you have to come up with a way that you're storing certain things that you're keeping. So, ta-da! I think I have enough setting spray to set one last time. I didn't have enough. I don't have enough. I'm going to have to use another spray, but this is the Fenty setting spray. And this feels better, actually, but let that set, and that's it. I'm ready for work, which never happens. Never happens that fast. I'll wait till the setting spray drop before I take that down, but I'm ready for work. I'm going to eat before I go to work so I don't have to carry lunch, and that's it. Hold on. Where did I put that? Did I leave it in my bag? I have this, I left it in my bag. This baby cake powder from Huda Beauty. And I have not been able to, I told you I'm not too good with, wait a minute. What did I do with that brush? I'm not too good with powder. David, I have modeled before, but I am used to a consistent paycheck. Like, I could be a janitor for all I care. Am I going to get paid every Friday? And modeling, for me, I didn't really understand the money. I felt like it's such predatory, but not in a terrible predatory way, but it's a space where, like, where's the bread? If I show up and I do what you asked me to do, why am I not being paid? So it's always something that I would like go and get a consistent job. But I think that if I was to model, like, I would have to learn how to deal with not being paid. That's why I think they target children. Like, a lot of people want models who are like 16. And in the world that we live in now, which is so validation based, you give somebody some free product and call them a pro model or call them an influencer. People want that. But all I want is my check. So I could go home and feed, my pets, and I don't necessarily, so that's been the thing about modeling. When I think about it, it's like, of course I would like to do it, but I just want to get paid. I want an honest day's pay. And what's also crazy is, like, when you model, if you're not like a Haddad or Hadid, am I saying it wrong? Like somebody that is a part of some big family name and they related to the people that own those agencies, this is how they pay you. It was a company that wanted to pay me for my image, right? They wanted me to wear makeup in a campaign, and they wanted to pay me one time, probably like between $300 and $500, to own my image and likeness in perpetuity. Perpetuity is like forever. So the fact that they even thought that was crazy. But those how the model jobs come to me because I'm starting. I think if I was at an agency, I would have been able to say, I want to negotiate that if they're going to have my image forever to like manipulate and use for whatever. Like, why would I get paid for that? So it's a whole system that I don't think I care enough. I just want to get paid, and I want to get paid the right way. So I don't know if I should lower my expectations. Modeling on YouTube, I don't know. Besides my channel, I don't know. Maybe my channel will grow, but I really care about why did YouTube just told me to ask the question? I really care about things that's like not modeling based. So I guess maybe you should help me, give me some advice. Like, I care about higher education and how many of the boards of the schools aren't diverse, but they get credit for diversity. So they're like, call a program BIPOC, but no actuality, like, nobody on the board is. So the experience for the people who are from different cultures is not an advantage to them. I like education. I like theater. Um, in a corny way, I like those things. So maybe I could do more of those things on my channel. But I don't know. I'll try. Model for myself. Like, I'll make a brand and I'll try to like do it for myself. Thank you for like giving me advice to try on YouTube. I'll try. The thing with myself, I need to become more organized with my time. Someone said this yesterday, and I've never heard something more true. She said, you know how some people say money is everything or time is everything? The woman was saying, and she was saying it on TikTok, that the currency of today's world is attention. That's a currency. I used to say the currency is like clout, like a like or something. Like, if you want to do something in the internet world and you got a lot of likes, it's almost like people think that's a value validated source. But she was saying the currency is attention. So that's the money now, and you need to know where you're spending your attention. So I think as I explore the possibility of like being on the internet more, I need to really consider um my time and attention as like a resource, as serious as I would take money or paying a bill. Like, what time should I come on YouTube, and what time is the best for other people? Because I think this is cool. I used to go on my lunch break and I would get bullied the entire time I was on YouTube. Like, people would say the craziest things. So I was just like, this kind of sucks. I don't think I want to do it anymore. In all actuality, maybe that was a bad time. Maybe that was the time the bullies come out. I don't know. But I remember that. But what that woman said really was real. So I'm trying to impart that on my lifestyle. Like, if attention is a currency, where is mine going? Like, what am I absolutely doing with my time, if anything? I really want to be able to answer that, and I also want to be able to be consistent. So that's what I'll do today. I'll make a YouTube strategy with AI that'll help me be consistent. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Yesterday I wore more mascara. I wore more of something because I looked a little different. I think it was more mascara. It for sure was more mascara. But anyway, please share this with any girls you know. Like, one brush. I'm gonna try to name the live if they let me. One brush makeup. Like, really nerdy things. I like neurology and I want to study it, and I want to get a doctor's degree, a doctorate in neurology. And I want to do my own thing with it. Like, I don't want to end up in a medical practice with neurology. I want to see the ways that people design spaces and they invite neurologists. Like, I know this sounds corny, but I don't know if you ever watched this show called The Big Bang Theory. But those guys were like scientists, and sometimes they would have like these cool projects. And one of the projects was the guy went to NASA. Now, mind you, I know this is fiction, but if I also know entertainment and people actually do research for things when they write scripts. So being on that type of team of people who all care about one thing and we're all trying to figure out how to design this space and how it affects people's brains. I like stuff like that. I also like theater, so that's kind of been something in the back of my mind. Like, am I going to juggle a graduate degree in theater and neurology? But I really like neurology. Um, I like self-development. I actually have a podcast about it that I haven't been consistent with. So I need to really, yeah, I love that show. I love Big Bang Theory. I love the creator too. His name is Chuck Lorre. He like works with the same people. So a lot of those people came from Roseanne. I don't know if you know what Roseanne is, but I like that he works with the same people. But yeah, that's what I really, really care about. And I need to um put some agility behind my intention to study neurology. So that's something I'll do today when I'm at work. But those are the things that I care about. Like, makeup is okay, but I think on the surface, makeup attracts people. That's why I'm on here doing my makeup, but it's not my life. Um, that's the thing. Neurology has so many sides to it. But I know recently I had like a part-time job where I got a little bit of training in neurology because I had patients with dementia, and they wanted us to know what was going on with the clients individually. So they were like telling us little things to look out for, and I was like, I was just amazed by how someone with dementia, how like they're forgetting the processes. Like, a client would forget the process of washing their hands or going to the bathroom, but it was something in their brain that was responsible for them forgetting that thing. So as you're even saying this, like, brain conditions are um psychological. I'm invested in all of that shit, and I don't want to pick. That's my only thing that I harbor against like higher education, is that you have to pick one thing, and it's like, how can I do that when I'm fascinated about all of it? So I need to figure out how to study it in a way that it'll start me off, and then as I get deeper and deeper into my studies, I might be able to say to myself, okay, this is the part where I like branch off to keep moving forward with this one thing. I think that might be I think that might be how I can navigate it. But I also have to get into a program first. But I don't have the traditional, I don't even know that type of dementia. I just know my grandmother had dementia, and I also got a job. The job wanted me to work with patients who had dementia, but they were giving us the information to help the client more, but they wouldn't tell me like that. They wouldn't tell me it was vascular. They would just say the client is struggling with dementia as a whole. But I also think we are affected by our brains before we get to many strokes. But so my fascination is, what is the brain doing science wise? That's like, okay, we gotta. To me, a stroke. This is wrong, so please forgive me. A stroke is like a reset. So what's going on within the brain that's like we're trying to fix it, because the body heals itself. I'm completely fascinated with medicine. I could talk about this all day, but that's what I'm really, really fascinated about. I hope I'll be able to communicate. And I'm so happy you taught me that. I gotta write that down. So I can see more about it. But I have to try to see if there is a program that will allow me to have fun with the studies. I don't want to come in like I know everything. And that's the only thing that sucks about, to me, higher education, is when you're like a first generation doing something, you don't fucking know. So I don't know anybody else that studies the brain. I tried to see a neurologist once, and the doctor kept asking me what was wrong, and she was looking for me to use specific terminology, and when I didn't, she disregarded me. But I feel like we should be seeing a neurologist in our physicals. Like, if you know how my ear, nose, and throat work, you should also know about my brain. But it's my personal fascination, so I need to find out how to do this. But neurologists, they do a lot in the world. When I was researching, I found a lot of programs, because I don't know if you remember, but Obama's had a big push of STEM. STEM. He kept mentioning STEM. And I think for him, STEM was like something almost dropped everything on my vanity. For him, STEM was something that his administration was pushing, but STEM It's science, whatever it stands for, but it's basically like science, right? I guess that's what the S stands for. But a lot of those programs are pushed for children, and I'm an adult. So it's like I can't even get into it for fun and say, oh, let me do the STEM program at that local library because they are targeting a specific amount of people. I don't know what Trump's agenda is. Not that I'm interested in him, but it's just like I don't know what his is. Like, does he have some type of program that he's pushing besides his individual agenda that I think he pushes very well, right? But I remember STEM being such a big thing, and I think it still is in regards to education in America, but it's always geared towards children. And it's like, as an adult, I guess I was supposed to be, the way America tells stories, I was supposed to be studying neurology at 2. So I picked the right elementary school and I picked the right high school, and you know, so I'm trying to like get to the point where I understand what I want to, what's going on within the space of neurology and how to get into it as an adult. But I already have an graduate degree. That's why I was saying I want to do it in grad school. But I hope your mom is doing well, and I'll see you soon. I'll see everybody soon in my next live. I'm not going to go live at work because I don't think I'll feel like it. But I have to leave out for work. So thanks everybody for coming. Please share the makeup video with Makeup Girlies because I only use one brush. And I want to know what other makeup girlies thinking about it. But I'll be back soon with more things on my channel. Message me, write me, like, subscribe, all that.